Peace, y'all.
Come on in, y'all. Come on in. Let's talk about it. Come on in, y'all. Peace.
Peace and blessings.
Somebody want to come over already?
Yeah, let's see what they want.
Hello?
Peace.
What's up?
You have any questions on the topic?
Yeah, I want to know when YahJew got baptized by John.
When I picked up the book, John represents the prophets that come before Christ, that paved the way, that seen the vision, that foretold the coming of the just one. So all of these is why I say the Bible is written in allegory, parables, and metaphors. It has a hidden meaning.
Nah, I think that was very clear. He got baptized in the River of Jordan by John. And
Well,
when did
brother,
you
if
get
that's what you
baptized by
believe,
John?
and if that's what you believe, hold on to it. But you asked
That's
me
what it
now.
is. It's not what
So
I
what's the
believe.
next question?
No, I mean, you can't be the Christ and not fulfill
Well,
everything
that's what I'm
that's in
saying. Well,
the
brother,
Bible.
I answered. What's I'm saying? Okay, that's your opinion. Okay, we can move on.
No, it's a fact.
Okay, well, it's your fact. We can move on. So what's your next question?
No, no. Like, you need to be, the real Christ got baptized by
What's
John
the
the
next
Baptist.
question, brother? Brother, we asked you, we answered your question. We gave you our answer, and guess what? You will never change it. So it'll be the waste of your time to try to change the answer that I given you. Just like I ain't gonna try to change you. So what's your next question? Do you have any substance in you? What's your next question?
What miracles have you done?
I make the blind see. I make the deaf hear. I make the cripple walk.
You made cripples walk.
Yeah, but they're not crippled in the sense of man comprehension. That's why I say God thoughts are not your thoughts. God ways are not your ways. So it's funny how everybody want God to do something and God don't even do stuff according to your ways.
Is according to his will.
Correct. And God's will is not your will in your mind because God's thoughts is not what? Your thoughts. This is what we fight. I'm not fighting you physically. I'm fighting the thoughts in your mind right now. Your thoughts matter nothing to God. So why are mirror humans just coming up and speaking like, oh, this is what I think. I read it. Now this is what I think. You read it. Now you have a thought. But the Bible is not God's mouth. The Bible is not God anointed one. The Bible is not the
You're,
word made flesh. So these
you're a
things
mere human,
keeping us in darkness.
but you're a mere human as well.
No, but I'm the anointed. That's why I tell you I'm separated from my brother. You know, if you read the story that Moses put it in Joseph in Genesis 49, where he talks about Joseph. Joseph, somebody from Joseph was gonna come a separated person. He was gonna be separate from his brothers, just as Hebrews 5 tell you a high priest is gonna be taken from among men. So I proclaim these things to let you know I am the one who have been anointed and taken from men, separated by God. So I comes in the Father's name. I don't come in my thoughts. I just didn't read the Bible and tell you what I think. That's why I speak about what I'm doing and what I have been anointed to do. This is what separates me from anybody else that's speaking.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think, like, yo, you sound crazy, to be honest. Like, how could you be the Christ, like, for real?
Well, why did the Jews stone Christ?
For blasphemy.
So aren't you saying that YahJew is blaspheming right now?
Yeah, but Jesus actually fulfilled the will of the Father, like the works of the Father. This guy hasn't done anything.
Do you know the will of the Father?
Do you know the will of the Father?
Yeah. Do you? Can you answer my question first?
The will of the Father is to do the commandments.
And do you follow the first commandment?
Yeah, you guys don't
How do you follow it?
have no other God besides God Almighty.
The Lord that gets you out of Egypt, can you like explain who is the Lord that got you out of Egypt?
What?
The first commandment to obey the law, the Lord that got you out of Egypt.
No, that's not the first commandment.
Have no other gods before me. Worship the Lord thy God that brought you out of Egypt. That is the first commandment. But the fact that you said the Jews stoned Christ for blasphemy, you saying I'm blasphemy, which they didn't pick up real stones, because how do you throw stones and hide your hand? We say this today: stop throwing thrones and hide your hand. So the stones that they were throwing at Christ was their words. So they were stoning him because he was a mere man, making himself God. This is what they saw. This is what you seeing. You seeing a mere man making himself equal to God. So what do? What do the rest of my brothers do? They throw stones at me. And then you said because Jesus fulfilled everything. Well, he wasn't fulfilling everything right then. Jesus Christ comes for tell what he's about to do and what he's doing. This is what Christ comes to speak. Like what I'm telling you right now, I'm telling you what I'm doing and what I'm about to do. It's up to you to accept it. If you don't, it's perpetual shame because you reject the one who sent me. You don't reject YahJew. That's why when
Yeah,
YahJew speak, hold up. This is the point of me letting you know who I am. Because when I speak, it's not me. It should be the Father. If I'm Christ, I'm just hypothetically speaking. If you understood what the truth, if you understood what Christ really is, when Christ comes, it's not the fleshly vessel of Christ. It's the spirit that have anointed Christ. This is why I just did a video. The words that I speak, they are spirit. It also says, bless those who hear what the spirit says. So this is what people missing. God will be a voice in a living vessel, which is the word made flesh. So right now you are playing your role. You are fulfilling the part that was foretold that you was gonna do. Cast stones at the Holy One.
so you're the Holy One?
You wouldn't be casting stones, bro.
Man, I cast stones at anybody that's a heretic and a real life blasphemer, bro.
Bro, every man is a liar. Let every man be a liar. It's one mediator.
You're a liar too. You're a
Brother,
liar too, though.
but I told you I'm separated from man. Do you proclaim to be Christ?
Bro, you haven't done any miracles
Hey, I
at all.
want to ask you
Like,
this.
to be fair.
Hold up. Do you proclaim to be Christ?
I would never do that
You know why? Because you're not separated.
because I
I know
fear,
you
no,
but
because
hold
I
up, I
fear
just want to
God.
say something. You
I
won't say
fear
that
God.
because you haven't received the anointment to say that. And that's a good
Oh
thing.
man.
That's a good thing. So if you're not that, then you can't mediate for God because it's one mediator between what? Man and God. So the only way man can step in front of me when it come to God, he gonna have to be Christ. These are
Do you
principles.
fear God?
What?
Do you do you fear God?
Okay, bro. We gonna go ahead on the queue, man. But yeah, of course, I would
Nah,
be
but do
Christ.
you?
I wouldn't
Do
be
you
Christ
fear the
if I didn't
Father?
fear God. I wouldn't be on here teaching out the Bible every day if I didn't fear God. Like what? You know, so
You do not fear God, man.
okay,
I can
brother.
tell you this right now.
We appreciate you coming up, brother.
You gotta stop smoking weed
What you
too,
got?
bro.
Okay. People can't even go in a conversation. That's why I say when you talk about principles, y'all, like the principle fact is if it's excuse me, if it's one mediator between man and God, right? I don't think we really say that enough to make people see. It's one mediator between man and God. Now, some people will be like, well, that's just Christ. Well, the one mediator is always the anointed one. Who stood before men at Noah time? Noah did. Noah was at the door of the ark. Everybody else had to come through Noah, the one mediator. It wasn't no 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 Noahs. It wasn't no 5, 6, 7, 8 of what? Moses. It wasn't no 6, 7, 8 of Jesus. Now, it was other people that went through the door and did the works of Christ. The works that Christ did, because they walked through the door that God has created, they was able to go out and do those very same works. But if you don't walk through the door that God created, you can't do the work. You'll be working in vain. And if you don't believe me, what the dude say? Just watch. And this is why I say, if you don't come through the door, you are a thief and you're a robber. If you don't walk through the door, you are a thief and you are a robber, y'all. Now, why does it say that? What door you got to walk through? Who are the doorkeepers? Who are the doorkeepers? Who are they stopping you from what? Getting to the Holy One. This is what we're dealing with.
Seek your own knowledge and understanding. The Bible says no private interpretation. So your private interpretation has nothing to do with God's will. You just put in your interpretation on what you read and teaching everyone your interpretation. You don't come in the fulfillment of the scriptures. You know, you haven't witnessed anything that you read. You're just speaking out your mouth. That's all you're saying. We come here and tell y'all that we have a petition, a declaration for us to start our own government, for us to overthrow this government, you know, that the government even talks about in their own laws that we can overthrow. This is the type of conversations that we have on a daily basis, but you guys don't even get to that standpoint. The Bible is a political book. It's not a religious book. And you don't have to read the Bible to learn about God. You know, there was humans before the books. God was here before the book.
That's the website. If you want to reach out to us, that's the website. And that's what people got to understand. Like, what came first, the voice or the book? The voice came first, so it's the voice that's God. God didn't transfer the voice on paper like that. I guess that's what mind frame we in. Like, God just transferred the voice and put it on paper. Is this a foreshadow? The Bible is a foreshadow of what God gonna do. God gonna actually do these things. God gonna actually say these things, but it's not gonna be according to like this, just the book. That's why most people, you supposed to watch the movie. If you're not an actor, you don't read the script. If you're not an actor, you do not read the script. So when we say nobody can teach the Bible, yeah, you can read the script, but you can't act it out. If you're not the character. The character, the main character in the Bible is Christ. To come perform the acts of God. And again, if you walk through that door, you can also perform the acts of God. It's called laws and order. But we all performing acts of what? What we think. We lean into our own thoughts. And that's why what? We don't have no movement. Because if we was really all had the actions of God, y'all, man, what Bob say? One movement of Jah people. Movement of Jah people. It's no way the Almighty God is with all of us and we don't have a movement. Let's be serious, y'all. That's Babel. That's Babel.
Yo, how you guys doing?
What's up? Peace.
Doing all right. Quick question that I had. So, sorry if I'm getting confused. Were you guys the ones claiming that black people originated from like Ethiopians or something?
Yeah.
That was y'all. Perfect. Because you're speaking to an Ethiopian right now, and African Americans don't come from us. But that's another story for another time. You said nobody could teach this Bible except the... Are you like some type of Hebrew Israelite or something?
No.
All right, thank God. All right, good. But yeah, what makes you think that blacks come from Ethiopians when you guys have West African futures? Like the flat white nose,
So
the nappy
stop. Who does man look like?
That guy up there?
Yeah, who he don't look like African American?
Somewhat, yeah.
Who he look like? He look like African American?
Those guys, they could be African. Africans and African Americans look the same.
Say hold on. Who this man look like? He look like African American?
Could be, yes. Yes, sir.
Now, where you from?
Ethiopia and Somalia.
Say it one more time so they can hear you.
Ethiopia and Somalia, both.
And you don't know your king who died in the 1900s? You don't even know this is an Ethiopian king, bro. How old you is? 15?
No, I'm 19, sir.
19?
Do you know who that is that he's pointing to?
I know who Menes Salawi is, but I don't know who that is. No, sir.
Do you know who this is?
No, that's why I said I did want to get educated. I was just trying to like come
So
at y'all.
these are people, these are kings and empress as well that was in Ethiopia in 1868, around the 1800s, 1900s.
And see,
But us Ethiopians were never slaves, though.
I said kings,
hold on. Yeah, these
kings
people,
and queens.
But the people who they was ruling, they sent them to America.
Yes, sir.
A lot of these Ethiopian kings were sending people to America. But you got to understand the slavery in 1922. The Ethiopian royals came to America to see about the lynching of African Americans.
I've heard about that. Yes.
Now, they didn't know what was happening to us in America. They didn't have TV.
True.
Through Marcus Garvey newspaper, they found out the treatment of African Americans was getting over here. So they came over here to what? Call us back home to come back and build Ethiopia, our father's land. Because
Wait.
now just listen to me. He had railroads in America.
Yes, sir.
Menelik. So
Wait, what's his name again? I'm sorry.
Menelik. His name was Menelik.
Oh, Menelik. Okay.
Yeah, Menelik. He was the king of Ethiopia. This is his daughter. She was now she was the queen of Ethiopia in 1922.
All right. Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So you got to understand, a slave trade took place in Ethiopia, but it's not like, oh, they just sold. No, they were sending people because the prophets foretold Ethiopia being destroyed. That was the biblical prophecy. Ethiopia was finna be destroyed, but the kings didn't believe it. They was like, shit, we ain't no damn slaves. We run our land. We kings. So ain't nobody gonna come do nothing to us. Well, that was a lie.
Well, we're the only country in Africa that's never been colonized, and we've never been slaves.
Hey, brother, man, listen. You would know everybody on this picture if you wasn't colonized. Because you know why? It'll be taught in your schools. This not taught in Ethiopia schools. You know what Ethiopia teachers go learn? They go learn from the Vatican. So the first colonization, brother, man, is information. Once your information is taken from you, you become colonized.
Actually, in our schools, we're taught Orthodox Christianity, Ethiopian specific.
Okay, it says, I know, and Orthodox Christianity comes from the British Empire. That's why right now, if you come to America and you go to DC and you go to the Orthodox Church, it's a white Jesus. They got more white Jesus than the black churches down here.
Exactly.
And the first black painting of Christ come from Ethiopia. Matter of fact, brother, man, Ethiopia is a colonized name. That's not even the original name. None of these ancestors called themselves Ethiopian. So to say, that's why I'm saying information is the colonization. That's the first form. That's how anybody is colonized. Before somebody take over your land, before they destroy your kings or destroy anything, they first indoctrinate you with information. And once you accept the information, that's the start of colonization. So Ethiopia has been very much colonized on so many levels.
Wait, so according to every developed country in the world, we're literally the only African country that's never been colonized. We fought the Italians.
Yeah, but
I know what you're saying. Like, our schools did get, like, we were getting taught information that was fabricated. You're right. But, I mean, come on, man. That happens here in America, too. But at the end of the day, man, if we were colonized or we were enslaved, we wouldn't look different from African Americans. Like, African Americans, Ethiopians just look different.
Brother, look at these people.
brother, there is. Do you know about the sub-Saharan slave trade that included Ethiopia?
Yeah, actually, Ethiopia traded with Egypt with the slaves. We were never, ever, ever slaves. At least the Habesha and the Amhara and Oromo.
You know, all that was connected to Ethiopia, like Eritrea, Somalia.
Yeah, Eritrea.
Yeah,
Somalia, yeah.
so it was all East Africa, Ethiopia, all that one. It was all one thing, and then it got separated, which is colonizers coming and separate those land masses.
Imaginary line.
They came in and separated Africa. That's why you have the scramble of Africa.
They did. The borders are definitely written by colonizers, but I mean, when you look at the people we've always fought, we've never had people in our country telling us what to do exactly.
Brother,
Like,
your leaders work for the Roman Catholic Church. Why do you think the Pope come into Ethiopia?
because it's one of the oldest places where Christianity was at.
So if Ethiopia had Christianity, why do they have Catholic churches in Ethiopia?
Because Ethiopia is one of the places in Africa which is the most versatile. We're not like Somalia where they're only Muslims, or we're like, no, we have Muslims, Jews that live in Israel. We have Christians, Catholics. We have everyone in Ethiopia. We're peaceful people. Like that's one of the reasons why you guys may think we've been colonized, but one of the reasons why we've never been colonized is because no matter different religion, different language, different tribes, we always stick together. Like, there's no photo of an Ethiopian man in chains.
You guys don't stick together because right now you have tribal war going on in Ethiopia. You have genocide going on in Ethiopia right now. But guess what? The genocide comes from other nations invading Ethiopia.
Now, actually, that's a conversation for another time because, let's be honest, when it comes to Africans, they just fight each other and they blame other people. Like, Africa's been fighting before the colonizers came. People been having tribalistic wars before.
Okay, so Ethiopia was having that feud. It was a lot of kings. Matter of fact, him right there, he went to war with Haile Selassie. And when he went to war with Haile Selassie, that's when Haile Selassie became king, because he got unalive, and then his wife, which was the queen, she got unalive. And that's what made Haile Selassie king. So that was a tribal war. You see what I'm saying? So he had his army. Haile Selassie had his army. They was both in Ethiopia. Matter of fact,
that's what I said.
That's what I'm saying. So, and then also Tedros was against most of the Ethiopians. Most of all the Ethiopian kings, Tedros was against. All the princes. They got a whole book about it. The era of the princes. But see, this is what the Bible talk about. See, a lot of people don't know the Bible history is the Ethiopian history. We don't know this because Ethiopians are not taught their history. America not taught the true history. So when we talking about colonization, that's the first colonization right there, the information. So right now, Ethiopians do not know that their history is connected to the Bible. They don't know that.
A lot of us actually do. And when you talk about why do you think there's many Ethiopians granted Israeli citizenship and they're flown to Israel?
No, but bro, that's what I'm saying.
Israel.
How can Israel be the place if Ethiopia is the place? Just make it make sense. Israel is a people. No, Israel is a people. The fake Israel, the artificial Israel, was created in 1948, brother man. That's when the fake Israel was created. 1948.
Displaced. But that's where Israel was supposed to be. Where it's at today.
That's what I'm saying. That's colonized information. That's what I'm saying. Ethiopians don't know the biblical history is theirs because they don't talk about it. They talk about the colonized information, which is a 2,000-year-old character. That's not Ethiopian history. Ethiopian history has a lineage of what? solid-minded kings, which is the line of David. Christ is the seed of David. The seed of David has never been in Israel. So when you talk about these are just small crumbs, brother, man, that make the picture so much bigger. So that's what I'm saying. That's the colonization. If you believe in a 2,000-year-old Christ, you have been colonized. It's just that simple. Because that's not the biblical history. The biblical history is just not about a 2,000-year-old Christ. It's way bigger than that. And that's what they wanted you to focus on, because why do you think they start time with Christ and they end time with Christ? It's either before Christ or it's after Christ. It's one or the other. Why? Because that's the artificial lie. That's how they shape the lie around their version of Christ. And that's what we have.
Well, it also does heavily depend on your definition of colonization. Like, sure, there's been information that's been taught to us by other people, but in all reality, no other country has ever told us what to do in our own country. That's just what I'm getting at. That's what colonization is. Like, America's been colonized, everywhere in Africa has, Asia. But Ethiopians, why do you think them and Somalis are known for being the lions of Africa, for example? Because, for one, we fight back, and I don't know how to put it. We weren't slaves. That's one thing. We traded slaves, but we were never slaves. And it's funny, and this is not a personal attack at all.
Wait, but what did Ethiopians trade?
What did we trade? We traded. Coffee comes from Ethiopia. That was one of the things we traded.
Brother, the first things that were traded were humans.
I know, but for what? Humans for what?
For work.
Certain things.
For work, brother, man. That's why the Bible say the kings did evil in the sight of God's eyes. Now, who are the kings that did evil? The Ethiopian kings. The Bible don't praise our forefathers. The Bible tells us our forefathers went backwards. Our forefathers did evil in the sight of God. This is why the throne of David don't exist no more. Because why? David had blood on his hands. So David couldn't build a temple. So this is why the dynasty got tore up, the priesthood got destroyed, the land got destroyed, and the people got scattered.
And when the Italians invaded Ethiopia, that changed Ethiopia. That made Victor Emmanuel III, that was his name, who took over Ethiopia and was named Emperor of Ethiopia. So you had an Italian that came to Ethiopia, invaded, took what do you call it? What they say it?
Occupied.
That occupied Ethiopia for 5 years, and named himself the Emperor of Ethiopia. That's not colonization?
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. How can somebody come in your own land and take the throne? And you not colonized? And you know how many leaders got unalived and got sought out around that time? And then Italians, big brothers, came and say, hey, y'all go back home now, man. You see what I'm saying? That's all that happened. British came and told the Italians, hey, we did what you wanted us to do. Now go back home, and we gonna give them their land back. And then, but everything is gone. Everything is gone. All the leaders, all the manuscripts, everything is gone now. You have nothing. You have zero. All you have is kids, maybe women. All the leaders was executed. Matter of fact, they was lining them up, execution style back then. So when you lose this kind of value, this is what brings colonization in, brother. Like right now, you can take one king back then. If one king gets taken from them people, that whole region become colonized just because the king got unalive. And they got to fight to get it back. That's why Ethiopian war right now, they still fighting to get it back. They don't have power. Ethiopia is being controlled by the British.
Okay, cool question. Genuine question, by the way, because I've been watching you guys for a minute. I like your channel, but something that I've asked my African American friends, none of them can answer. The ones that have the same ideologies you might have. So, what do what do Ethiopians and modern day African Americans have in connection or to do with each other? We don't have the same culture. We don't have the same mindset. We don't look alike. It's just like, what do we even have in common?
Well, brother, man, you know.
If anything, African Americans be
Hold up.
That's
what I'm saying. You gotta understand who the biblical people are, bro. The biblical people are scattered. Let's just take. That's why Ethiopians look like this. This is what the original Ethiopians look like. You know, just like what the African Americans look like. This is why the African Americans can't find their place in Africa. They don't know what part of Africa they come from because they've been lied to about everything.
They're from West Africa. They're not.
That's what I'm saying, brother man. This look like you said. You said it yourself. This man looked like an African American. This what came out your mouth.
He does.
That's what. No, this was an Ethiopian king who never was a slave. His father wasn't a slave.
Diverse place. But if you look at most of us, like most Ethiopians, most of us do have a slim nose and soft hair. We don't really have nappy hair or flat white nose.
Hold on, brother man. Hey, you've been listening to images. It's a lot of black people. Man, for one thing, my brother had curly soft hair. People thought he was from matter of fact, my hair curly and soft. So now people thought sometimes my brother was like from what's that the Middle East. Because you know in the Middle East you got some dark people, but they got soft curly hair. So brother, it's a lot of people in America with soft curly hair, man.
I'm just saying everyone knows the difference between African Americans and Ethiopians.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. But
that's from the Ethiopians you see from today. You don't know the Ethiopians from 100 years ago. There's a whole bunch of other Ethiopians that don't look like the ones that's portrayed on media.
That's why in Ethiopia right now, Ethiopia have a lot of racists because they don't like dark skin. It's
No. It's not about the skin color. It's about the futures. We don't share futures.
Brother.
These are Ethiopians.
You ain't even know it. Everybody up here is Ethiopian.
These look like African Americans.
Look, what he look like? Hey, well, what he look like right there?
That guy, yeah, he looks African American.
Okay, well, he was king of Wallow. Matter of fact, his daughter was Haile Selassie's wife. This her father. She wasn't a slave. He wasn't a slave.
None of us were slaves.
Okay then, so but these look just like an African American. These don't have the so-called TV images of, I would call them TV images of Ethiopians. See, you have a TV image, which is a colonized image of Ethiopia. You have the original images of the Ethiopians. This is why Ethiopians be like, well, I don't know. Look at this brother right here. He look like somebody finna work on somebody's car right now. He like you gonna pull up to him at the mechanic shop and say, hey, Unc, I need it fixed, Unc.
Because did you know Ethiopia is the most diverse country in
Now
Africa?
It's diverse. Now it's diverse. Hey, brother.
How's it diverse? Dude, for one,
Hold on. No, I'm not saying it's not diverse. So why are you telling it's only one look? It don't make no sense. Why are you saying it's only one look, but then turn around and say it's diverse? That makes no sense.
It is diverse. There is some people who, I'll tell you, there is some people, not some, there's a great amount of people who have Bantu or Negroid futures. That's true. But the most of us, at least if you're looking at Amharas and Somalis, which is another country, but Somalis, for example, no Somali really looks black unless you're looking at like a Bantu. We don't look black, bro. We're simply like, what you got to listen to historians when they say Africa's the most diverse place on earth. What only people that African Americans look like is the West Africans, or like maybe in East Africa you guys look like Kenyans or Ugandans, but you guys don't look like Ethiopians or Somalis. Nor do we have the same history.
So are you saying
Ethiopians
are not Negroes? That's what you're saying.
Most of us aren't. No. Most of us aren't.
So what do you classify as then?
So why do they call us NIGGA over here?
Yeah, what is niggas? What is that?
Okay, I'll tell you. America is the place with the most simplistic view of race. Even in America, I'm born and raised here. Even in America, people always knew I wasn't black or African American. That's just a fact.
What does the word niggas mean And where does it
means
come from?
African American slaves or West African slaves.
Where does that word come from?
You heard what
What?
he said? You heard what you said? Yeah, bro, you got a lot of learning to do, bro.
I wish I could see his face.
You got a lot of, because man, understand this, bro. You know how many people have came in Ethiopia since Ethiopia has been colonized? You know how many Indian people? You know how many people from India have came and settled in Ethiopia? You know how many Italian people have also made it with the women in Ethiopia? Like, you don't even understand what. Hold on, brother. Hold on, stop. Hold on, brother. Hold on, stop. Hella Selassie unalive a lot of people. What you think was going on before that? Like, Ethiopia is one of the countries in Africa where people were just unalive for strictly about 150 years. I'm talking about they were just getting unalive. I'm talking about this unaliving. They was trying to get rid of this seed. So to say, and this is why y'all don't know about this history, because they don't teach it to y'all. They used to show us Ethiopia on TV. All the little black babies who look like our babies that's born over here, they were starving. They were starving before you was even born, before you was even thought of. They were starving people out, starving regions out, starving sections out, killing off so many dark-skinned colored people to move in other nations. That's why this in 1868, when the British Empire invaded Ethiopia, they burnt off the whole Magdala. They took everything that was in the church. They took all the gold. They took people too. And then Menelik also sold off land. Well, I think Eritrea. They let other people come in. So many other people who were not even original Ethiopians have came in Ethiopia. So that's why I'm saying you kind of double talking, because at first you say Ethiopia is diverse, but then you say they only got one look.
I said no, most of us have one look, but we are diverse, yeah, religiously and racially.
It's not mostly.
So are you saying that African Americans and Ethiopians are the same people?
Hey, brother.
Is that what you're saying?
Hey, listen. This is the original Ethiopian. These are original Ethiopians. You see what they look like? African Americans. So something must be wrong, because this is before slavery. So if the original kings who sat on thrones, original governors of land look like this, why the Ethiopians still don't look like this? Because why? They've been scattered. This is the whole point. Oh, brother man, okay. Wouldn't you say, because since you repping Ethiopia and there was never slaves, then Ethiopia would have to be the lion of the jungle, right?
I would say Somalia is, but yeah, Ethiopia as well. They've never been colonized.
Okay, but the Bible says the lion of the jungle has been scattered. See, this is what people don't understand. The biblical people are scattered from their land. So the original people.
The Bible's factual.
The original. So you don't believe the Bible come from Ethiopia, bro?
I'm just saying. In Ethiopia, we got Muslims. I'm a Muslim. Who said the Bible's factual?
The history, like you believe that the Ethiopians traded slaves, but you don't believe they was originally from Ethiopia when they became slaves. That's hold up. Why do you think the only nation that came to America to call African Americans back home is Ethiopia? No other country.
Liberia, actually. Liberia.
No. The first country to call African Americans back home, the only country that African Americans helped in war, was Ethiopia. Bro, like, there's so many facts behind, man. Marcus Garvey was trying to get 1 million people, 2 million people to go back to Ethiopia. All the African Americans. This is before all of the leaders in America. So it's a lot of facts, brother, man. You know, I know you're kind of young. You've been in America all your life, and America has really done a number on us. And that's why I say right now, the Bible is about restoring the throne of David. So you ain't got to believe the Bible. Forget the biblical stories. Forget the Jesus. That ain't what we own. But the throne of David is being restored. So I heard you ask this question: what do Ethiopians and African Americans have in common? The Bible prophecy and the fulfillment starts in Ethiopia with the restoration, which is restoring the throne of David to bring God majesty. That's why you have the African Union in Ethiopia. So once this majesty and once this throne is established, it will unify Africa and remove colonized powers from Africa. So what? we can unify and we have support. Finally, African people have support all around the world from the majesty that's going to be in Ethiopia. This is why Ethiopia plays a big part in the repatriation of African American and also the repatriation of Ethiopia, which would trigger down to the repatriation of Africa.
Okay.
So this is a very important movement. Huh?
I'm really glad you brought up the Bible, because look at this. African Americans is a known fact. They're descendants of slaves. That's how they got to America. And you guys keep saying, oh, well, the Bible originated in Ethiopia. That's what Ethiopians and African Americans have in common. Did you know that when African Americans were brought as slaves, they weren't even Christians and it was forced on them and they had tribal religions? So no, we're not the same people, dude.
Brother man, I could show you in 1868 that the British was forcing their form of Christianity on Ethiopians. In 1868. So, like,
colonization is in human history.
Hold up, bro. We don't descend from slaves. We became slaves.
No.
Hey, brother man, this is our ancestors. That's why they look just like us.
Why do you think?
Brother man, I got, for one thing, hey, if I show you a picture of my daddy, this man right here, exactly like him.
You know, okay, those guys, I'll tell you, those old guys you all got up there, none of them look Amharic. They could be Ethiopian because we're diverse. They don't look Amharic.
Brother.
Ethiopians and Somalis, we look the same, and everyone knows, like, even if you go ask a random white American, although they probably wouldn't even care, from what I was told, that all of them know that I don't look the same as a black American. Even black Americans know.
Like,
brother man, this man right here was, he was.
No, we're not the same, man.
He was Amharic.
Okay. Well,
What do you look like?
Genetics and futures is very diverse and is complex. I'll say that.
That's what I'm saying. So, brother man, you 21 years old. You basing your images off what today's world is giving you, which is stuff that's colonized. Like I said, man, you know, like I said, it's a lot of learning you gotta do, man. We got a lot of other people in the queue though. But we appreciate you coming up, brother. But like I said,
yes,
we do have a movement to restore and repatriate Ethiopia. We bringing healing to the nation and to the nations. We're not just saying this information to cause really friction, but at the same time, the truth does hurt.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, I appreciate you having me up here. Before I leave, though, another fact I did want to say: before colonizations, if you look at Somali people, you'll see everything you need to see. Just search up pre-colonization Somalia. We've always looked like this. We never had Negroid features. Us Somalis, at least.
Bro, that's crazy. So what you got? European features?
We don't have Negroid features. We have.
Brother man, hold up, brother man. What am I?
What are you?
Yeah.
You look African American.
But what features do I have?
You have a flat, wide nose. I can't see your hair.
You see I got a flat, wide nose?
Not flat, but like you have an African American nose, brother. I'm not gonna sit here and talk about your features.
Brother man, hold up, bro. Hey, brother man, hold up. You know how much time we spent in DC? You know how many people ask me, was I Ethiopian? The Ethiopians in DC say, where are you from? You look Somalian.
Yeah, I can see. No. Don't get me wrong. If we were talking right here and I seen you in DC, maybe. I was about to say I was wrong about the flat nose part, but yeah, you
okay, so I'm saying, so brother man,
African Americans are mixed. So basically, you know African Americans have 25% white blood in them.
Brother,
actually,
brother, that's not true. But like
it is from slavery.
That's what they want you. Every woman wasn't raped in slavery. That's what they want you to believe. Like it just did. They just want it didn't go that way, bro. Like everybody is not mixed. Everybody ain't mixed. It didn't work that way. Some people are. Everybody is not. Now again, you do have some of us mixed. You can't deny that. It's seen on our skin. But at the same time, bro, everybody is not mixed. Don't believe. Don't believe what you have been told, bro. Trust me, this millennium information is very, very poisonous. It's poisonous to your mind, bro. And that's why I say the movement is more important, the unity is more important, and the starting of the government is more important. And again, the throne of David will be established in Ethiopia. We must understand this is Bible prophecy that nobody wants us to talk about.
Well, yeah, I definitely appreciate y'all educating me and having me up here, man. It was definitely a great talk, bro. I appreciate the knowledge for sure.
All right, brother. Yeah, appreciate the humble spirit, man.
Peace.
Yes, sir. You have a great one, my man. Both of y'all.
Peace, peace.
Yes, sir. Peace.
Yeah, it's a lot of layers. That's why we have to understand the lie is so layered, man. And it's hard to pull these layers back if you don't know the facts. So I know this. Like how you gonna pull that layer back and without the facts? It's impossible. If we could pull all the layers of the lie back, then we'll be doing it. But we lack the facts. And the council is created so you wouldn't know the facts. That's why they tell you lies, so to keep you from the facts. And that's what make you what? In the unalive state of mind. We're in an unalive state of mind because we don't have the facts. And that's why we say DEAD to the facts. I can't say it, but y'all know what I'm saying. It's a saying, you know. But what's up? What's up? Peace.
What's up, bro? Kind of curious. Why are you saying the Americans affiliated with the Ethiopians?
Of course, yes. Like a lot of African Americans was part of that Ethiopian slave trade where they was taken away from their land and brought to America, brought to the islands, or brought to Great Britain.
Okay. So you said the Bible is of David, and so you subscribe to the whole David tribe, the whole Amharic tribe, our nation?
It ain't really David tribe. David means beloved ones. So it's those who are beloved by God to bring forth the majesty. And these people who had that majesty and had that enlightenment and had those gifts, they did evil in God's eyes. That's why the Bible say David had blood on his hands. That's the whole point about David's descendants being led in captivity. Because of what?
So isn't David from the Amharic or Abrahamic tribe or Abrahamic lineage?
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's a lineage of priestly
So you consider
individuals.
yourself as the Abraham tribe or nation?
Yeah, the Abraham tribe is simply a elite class of priests. It's not like you had a lot of people in East Africa. They weren't a part of the Abrahamic tribe because they weren't a part of the priesthood, although they was from the same people that they was around. But what makes you a part of the Abraham lineage, you are an individual that takes hold of the Spirit of God, or you worded to host the Spirit of God. That's really what the Abraham was about. That's why Abraham is allegory. So it's more of a teaching for a priesthood, for a government.
No, but to my knowledge, those persons were kings. They were priesthood, mostly from the Bantu people or priesthood. They subscribe to priesthood.
That's what I'm saying.
The late kingdoms don't subscribe to priesthood. They subscribe to kingship or rulership over other people.
Yeah, in Ethiopia you had kings, and then you had a king of kings. So all these people on here weren't kings.
But you
Of their own tribe.
gotta understand, when I say priest represents the king. Like priest, and that's why it says
the priesthood is different from kingship.
No, brother man. That's why it says Levi was in the loins of Abraham when he met Melchizedek. Levi was in his Abraham loins. You see what I'm saying? So when I say priesthood, that means officials, generals, governors. That's all I mean. I ain't talking about like a pastor or a pope. Because right now the pope is really,
because we didn't do
the pope is really a king.
at that time.
The pope is really a king, brother. Don't they hide the pope, but he's really a king.
Okay, but to my knowledge, those people in the Middle East, those are invaders. For the Somalians, the Tutsis, those are invaders who invaded those lands, who came from mainly the Babylonian kingdom, alongside with the Kemet.
Well, Israel was created in 1948, so we already know that's not the real Israel. That was placed there to confuse the nations, to confuse the world. So they lied to you. They lied to you about the Jesus story, Jesus character, and told you a false date, so you won't know what's happening in the last days.
No, but okay. So you subscribe to the name Jesus and this religion, concept?
No, no.
I know it took place, but it took place mainly in the African region.
It didn't happen.
No,
it didn't happen. It's happening in the last days.
So the character Moses and who came from the Congo.
No, Moses represent the leaders who God chose and the people rejected. That's why I say the Bible is allegory. When you read the stories in the Bible, they don't connect to a history as the stories are written. The stories are connected to God's vision. See, a lot of times we want to take the Bible and connect it to history when the Bible is majority connected to the end time prophecy. But when you do deal with the history of the scriptures and where they come from, that's the Ethiopian priesthood, the Ethiopian officials, the Ethiopian high council. That's what the Bible about, the royal priesthood. That's why these people had on crowns and royalty, and that's why the British was so involved with Ethiopia. Out of all the countries in America, in Africa, Great Britain was highly invested in Ethiopia. Why?
Because Ethiopia was, in my view, a traitor against the black nation, because Ethiopia was willing to demolish other black empires to stay on top. So the Ethiopians basically helped the British to carry out their objectives. And then the British betrayed them in return, because normally that's what they do. Use you and then, go against you.
Well, and in a way I can say that, but this what, okay, for instance, I'm finna give you, the movie 300? You ever seen the movie 300?
Movie.
Huh?
No. I don't really subscribe to movies, because movies basically narrate the way they wanted to see it.
Now, and that's why I'm telling you about it. The real 300 was this man. They whitewashed the movie. See, this is what the real movie 300 about. But they can only whitewash things if the world don't know. But the world don't know. The world don't know this man and they don't know the history. But Great Britain know who this man is and they know the history. So when they make these movies, again, we are unalive to the facts. So this man was fighting for East Africa and to kick the Britons out. This is why it's a whole empire, and I think they got like 60,000 men for this man. Same thing they did 300. They gathered up all the empires for one man. This is what happened to this man right here. All the empires came together to fight one man in East Africa. You gotta understand, when this war took place, they wasn't fighting Ethiopia. But they was fighting the King of Kings that was running Ethiopia. You see what I'm saying? So, like, I can't say Ethiopia sided with them until they started killing leaders who was gonna fight for Africa. You see what I'm saying? So this is what the gun enabled the colonizers to do. I have advanced weaponry. I can come take whatever I want from you because of my advanced weaponry. It's like right now, I can't walk in the jungle with the lions if I don't have a gun. Now, if I got a gun, shit, I can walk in the jungle all day with the lions. But you take that gun away, I can't walk out there with them lions.
Because they have created so many atrocities. That is why they have to work with so many guns. The original people of those lands was basically the Bantu people. And then the Somalians, who are black people, dark skinned, because the black population is diverse, it's different. And it's different by DNA. Even though you're black, you're different because of your DNA. Because you have black, dark skinned people, and you have lightish or brownish, dark skinned people, put it that way. And these people who are basically invaders, if they have been invaded now, for example, Ethiopia, I wouldn't be surprised because they have done it so to other people. And now that they have done it to other people, Mussolini was one of the next person who took over and did it back to him. Then also then the British. But it was not always like this, because it was more of, as I said, the Bantu people, and those people were most like peaceful people who live amongst the animal, who relate with the animal. You don't need to have a weapon to walk with a lion at that time.
But brother, you gotta understand. Like people wanna stick to just the past and not realize what's going on right now. Our people,
No,
African people, hold on, African people are scattered. We are scattered. So
I understand.
but we come up here and
Sorry.
we talk about the scattered, and we have a solution for the scattered for us to create our government and not be under the oppressive government, which is also
I
included,
agree.
which is also included in Africa. Africa's government is not helping the people. They're still
I
in
agree. No, but because they have been subjected to by
Okay, but brother,
also by the French.
listen. It don't matter. It don't matter about that. What are we gonna do about it? We have the solution to fix. Hold up. We have a solution. We have people already with the solution. Have you came up with a solution to fix the problem?
So far, by educating much of persons who don't know much about the information.
That's what I'm saying, brother, man. It's a million of us saying we're trying to educate our people, but we don't have a system and a curriculum that we all get under so the people can all get the same information. Because if you giving information, I'm giving information, they giving information, then we scatter the people more.
It doesn't like we can come up here. People come up here on TikTok, talk about the Bantus, talk about the Ethiopians, the Somalians. Okay, we know there's a difference. We see that, but it's not. It's about us being one, though. We're still one people, right? We still Africans, right? We still live on the same continent, right? So we need to fight for Africa instead of keep talking about the division. That's all y'all talk about is division.
I understand.
And that's a colonized mind. They came and colonized Africa by dividing Africa. So now you're talking about this territory. It's one land.
We don't have no territory.
No, I understand that. But do the Nilotic blacks see what you're saying? No, because despite you're going to say you're going to work together with the Nilotic blacks, they will not. No matter what you try.
No. We can't. Hey, brother, man. If you're gonna say that, you might well not even say nothing. If you're gonna say we are not able to start our own government and get our people together, you might well be quiet.
No, not saying that we are trying. You're going there, but I am saying, are the other groups of black people? Sorry, are the other groups of black people willing to work with
yes,
you?
Yes, they are. Yes, they are willing. They are willing. But you know, hold up. What?
So the Tutsis and the Fulani see your objectives are the same. Are they willing to work with you?
Well, I haven't really talked to. I don't know who you know.
It's a tribe in Africa.
A tribe, yeah. I don't know if I spoke somebody from that tribe or not. But at the same time, you gotta understand, man. Africa don't have power. Africa is trying to gain power. Africa is still fighting for their freedom. So whoever have the ability to give them that freedom, and this is why the Bible say it says the wild animals in the desert will honor me because I give drink in the desert. So the things that's finna be put together for the people, they gonna honor what's finna be brought back to Africa. That's why I was talking to the brother about the throne of David. It like people respect when you do something for them. See, if I give them something right now and tell them, they might be like, well, nah, show me. And then a lot of people say, well, if you show me, I'm with you. So this is more what this like. This is gonna be shown to Africa. It's gonna be shown and presented to them, and then they're gonna be for it because it's gonna benefit them. That's why this is God's movement. When God got a movement, it's gonna benefit us. It's not gonna hurt us. So
let me ask you. You say you have a plan or idea. Could you enlighten me about this so I can become a part of it?
Well, we are restoring the throne of David to give us our jurisdiction back, because the Roman Catholic Church have took our jurisdiction by creating a false throne. The throne the Pope sit on is a fake throne. It don't exist. It never existed in history. David's throne is a real throne that existed in history. So they have an artificial throne. We must unify, get in order to create our throne, to create our majesty.
It's kind of confusing though, because I know that the Ethiopians are American people who speak American language, which you derive from the can't remember the name. But so how is the Americans related to them? That's what I can understand.
The people who you see behind us, like Tedros and Menelik, they sat on David's throne. When Haile Selassie got on the throne, he gave jurisdiction to the British family. That's why he was close to Queen Elizabeth. You know, so and that's why the throne stopped after him. There's a reason why. It didn't just stop out of thin air. There was a reason why it stopped. So Christ is supposed to restore that throne. That's why he's the seed of David. So this throne has jurisdiction over the whole world. So this is the majesty that Christ will come in to overthrow the government, the oppressive government that's taking over Africa, to reestablish God's government.
And you're saying the chosen one will come from the line of Ethiopians?
Well,
From
the
the
scattered. The house of David was scattered. That's why the Christ comes from the scattered people. Christ comes from the enslaved people. This is what the Bible is revealed. Christ comes from the captivity of the people.
But there are many tribes, many nations or clans that is being divided, especially for in Ethiopia. For South Africa. When you go into Guinea, into Zimbabwe, there are many different nations or clans that is being
Correct.
segregated or separate.
Well, that's the whole point of the throne. That's the same thing in America. We over here scattered in America. We got Bloods, we got Crips, we got gangs, we got sets, we got neighborhoods, we got North, we got East, we got it's the same.
Those are the same. Those are the same people in America fighting their own people.
Okay, and that's what I'm saying. Hold up, the same tribal war that's in Africa. But we can't see it in America because when it comes to what we doing. The same thing that's happening in Africa, which is a tribal war, in America we call it gang wars. It's the same thing. Black on black crime.
Yeah, I understand black on black killing.
It's the same thing. So it's the tribal wars and the gang wars.
No, listen. The tribes in Africa is different because if you speak a different language, your culture is different. You eat different food. So you're totally different.
Okay, bro. We gotta, hey, brother man. We can't. If you think like that, brother, listen.
They still kill
down
them.
south. We eat crawfish and all the pig. Up north, they eat turkey. In the west, they eat tacos and burritos.
So do they serve the same God?
On the east coast, they eat Phillies. No, we don't all eat the same food. We got different cultures. Sometimes we got different language. In the West Coast, they say four on four them grave. We don't say that in the South. You see what I'm saying? So we got different languages. We got different cultures. In America, we the same people of the same struggle. That's what we're trying to get people to see. We are struggling the same. Forget what you eat. You eat food. But the struggle, we are here to remove the struggle from all our people. Not just one tribe. That's why we are creating a world government. Not just a government that's just going to govern America. No, a world government. And everybody want to talk about the problem, which don't fix the problem. We are here to fix the problem. We have a plan, plot, strategy. We have a judgment. We have a declaration. We have these things already in the high officials' hands. Our paperwork is already in their hand. But you know what they looking at us? Look at them stupid fools. They still argue. And see, this takes me back to Dragon Ball Z. I know you probably say you never watched it. When it was one of the gods, and they was looking at Goku and Vegeta, and they was fighting each other. And the gods say, look at them foolish sayings. They don't know how much power they'll have if they just fight together. Why are they fighting each other? If they was to fight together, they'll be most powerful in the universe. That's what we can't see. If we just do this together.
That's true.
Okay, but if it's true,
you have historical hatred that is carrying. So how are you going to solve that?
For one thing, we're gonna judge the Roman Catholic Church, who have our jurisdiction. Right now, they have the African jurisdiction. This is why they went to Ethiopia. This is why they stole from Ethiopia. They created an artificial throne.
They're mimicking.
That's why it's called the Game of Thrones. Right now, we're in a real life Game of Thrones. We must get our throne back. Our throne is David's throne. It's not a fake throne. It's not something that was here 2,000 years ago. It's something that's actually we can put our hands on. We can touch it. But we have to form the order of God. We have to get in order. They ain't got to get in order. They'll never get in order. We have to get in order. So once we get in order, then we can take our throne back. It removes their throne. We get our gold back. We get our artifacts back. We get our energy back. We get our men back. We get our women back. All this stuff will return back to us, but we have to get in order first. So all this stuff we talking about on the internet, it means nothing. It means, because you know why? It's not one message. We all got different messages. So how are we going to help our people? We can't with different messages. We really hurting our people. So to help our people right now, we are calling leaders. That's what we are doing. We're not calling. Come listen to us talk. If you think you're a leader and you have the ability to lead, that's the website. Contact us. You know, that's what we on here for. We know the problem. We know it's bad. We know we separated. Well, how are we going to unify? We have the plan. So we are calling all leaders to come help us fulfill God's plan. That's what this calling is.
Okay. Sounds good. But despite, if it's going to be religious, many groups are not going to join.
This not religious.
Because they were
bro.
oppressed by the religion. No, because the subheading are the biblical.
Brother
So
man,
many
you
groups are
worry
not going to
about the
join.
wrong thing. Is you gonna join? You worry about other people.
I know.
You ever heard Mike Jackson say, "Look in the mirror. What you gonna do? Don't worry about nobody else. Just worry about what you gonna do." Because, like I said, we already have people. We not now. We are lacking the right people, but we have people, and it's only a matter of time for the right people come. So it ain't like we don't have people that's listening. We got people in Africa. We got people in the UK. We got people in the islands. We got people in America. You know, and matter of fact, we done had some China people and people from New Zealand come on here and say, "Man, I'm with you." So it's only a matter of time before the right people come. So again, many are called, but how many chosen, brother man?
True.
So only
If you
few.
listen to me, you
So I'm saying, so you can't worry about everybody coming. We not everybody not gonna run the government. It's a few people that's gonna run the government. So we need the few right people to come. Not everybody. We're not trying to get there. We need a few of the right ones to come. And then we can get it on. So if you feel that, that's the website. Reach out to us. We do have calls on Mondays. You know, especially for new people who really don't understand what we're saying. You might have questions. You know, you might have some little more questions you might want to get a little more detail about. I don't give everything, but I go in a little detail. That's what I have my Monday calls for. It's for the new people who might want to hear more. You want to be around other people who also have this mind frame where you can hear different thoughts. You know, you can see different images of people who have accepted this truth. And like I said, if it's for you, it's for you. If it's not, it's not.
And if y'all want to check out the petition, there's a petition to judge the Roman Catholic Church. It's on the website. We have a declaration on the website. All the information that you need is on the website for more information too.
Okay, sounds good. I'll take a peek at it and see how well it goes for me. Thank you, and have a good day, and continue your journey. I wish you the best.
All right, brother. Appreciate you coming up, man.
Thanks.
And like I said, we do appreciate the conversation because we done had some humble brothers up here. And I know y'all, like I said, that's why we're not trying to force people to get what we're saying. We telling you we need your help to unify to start a government. So bring your talents to what? The work of God. What are your talents? You know, so like I say, y'all, at the end of the day, that's what we should be doing. But we're not working for religion. We don't have a religion, but we working for, we working for the repatriation of our people. But if our people are drowning in religion, then we got to go into the religion to get the people out.
Peace, peace.
Well, peace.
Ethiopia, Ethiopia.
Hello. Hi.
We can hear you, peace.
What's going on? Peace. You're on mute. You just went on mute. Okay,
Are you hearing?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Hey, how are you? Good evening.
Peace.
peace.
Yeah. I was listening your program, so I had a lot of false information, the background of Ethiopia from your side. I don't know how much you have researched about the Ethiopian history. Things that I heard from you, most of them are not that much integrated with our history. Especially, I don't think you saw the northern part of Ethiopian history, and you are talking about the 1960s and 1980s history you are talking about, and we don't know where do you get that from.
So
Even I
we
don't
got a question
understand
then
how
for
you
you,
are.
brother man. Do you know these people behind us?
Yeah. One of them that you are talking about is my
Okay, so
seventh
who is this?
grandfather.
Who is
Theodros
this
is
right
my.
here?
Listen,
Who is this?
which one?
Right here. All the way at the top.
The left side?
Yeah, all the way at the
The left
top.
side?
Yeah, well, you don't see my finger? You don't see our finger?
With the crown on his head.
Yeah.
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 Who is that?
It's not visible for me that much.
Okay, well
If you
who is
if
this
if
right
you
here?
if you get down,
Okay, who is this right here then?
Theodros, that's my bloodline, man. Theodros is my bloodline. I'm his seventh son.
Okay, all right, okay. So who is what Wallow at? Trying to get a better picture. You know who this is right here?
Yep.
Who is that?
Which one? Which one?
Right here.
Alamayo?
No.
Yasu,
This
Liji
is
Yasu.
Alamayo. Him right here.
This is Liji Yasu.
No, that's his father. This is Liziazo. This
That's
is
Liji
father.
Yasu, yeah.
Yeah, this is father.
Yeah.
Now you
No.
know Tedros. Now he was in
No.
Tedros camp.
Liji Yasu.
Hold on, that's what I'm saying. So
No. Theodros is not the bloodline of Liji Yasu.
that's I ain't say that. I didn't say that. But Tedros was raising Menelik and him. They was a part of his
He's
camp.
not. He is not raising Menelik. He is holding Menelik. They are not in the same bloodline, but he is holding Menelik
Brother.
under him. He
Brother,
trained him.
but brother, what did he say that you didn't agree with Ethiopia history? What did you disagree with?
Okay, let me start from the very beginning. The first thing that I don't agree is, first, British never invested in Ethiopian and never colonized in Ethiopian. Never.
So
At least
in Tedros' time in 1868, when British came and invaded Ethiopia,
came in fights.
hold on, brother.
Yes.
Came and looted Ethiopia's treasures that's still in the Vatican till this day. You're saying that wait, hold on, brother. You're saying that the British didn't take his son. They didn't take his son?
They took him. They took him.
So what else did the British take?
It doesn't mean that they are colonizing us. They are taking things.
So if they didn't colonize Ethiopia,
Alamaya,
why didn't Ethiopians get these?
How do you interpret colonization? Colonization has to be say that.
No, it's information. Because Ethiopia is a colonized name, brother. The name you got right now, that come from the colonizer.
Never. Ethiopia never been colonized.
Nobody up here called themselves an Ethiopian, right?
Let me ask you.
Hold on.
Let me give you an example.
Hold on. No, wait.
Let me give you an example.
Bro, hold on. Just wait, right?
Okay.
Because you asked us how y'all colonized. Ethiopia,
Okay, let me explain.
hold up. Ethiopia did not come from your ancestors. It came from the colonizers who invaded Ethiopia.
Before they were calling themselves
Never.
Abyssinia. Before
Let,
that, it
let,
was
let me
Maxilla. So you got to understand.
let's
But hold on, brother.
let me explain. If we have a disagreement between colonization definition, we can talk about it. What I'm saying is, do you know for the first Minilik, by the way, the story of first Minilik?
Yeah,
Minilik the first.
brother, Menelik has a meaning of like a chosen one. So the first story of Menelik is a colonized story, brother.
Do you know Minilik the first?
No, I don't know him.
Oh, this Minilik is Minilik the second. You know that, right? The story of
We know
the
he's
first Minilik is.
Brother man, that's like Tedros. That's like Tedros the second.
Minilik. Okay, let me tell. Minilik the first is the son of David. Do you know that? No, Solomon.
It's supposed to be the son of Solomon and Sheba. Menelik,
Yeah.
that's what Menelik's supposed to be. But that's another version of the Jesus story, and the colonizers told this to you. That's why I say so. The Menelik story.
By
Now,
the way,
I can't, brother man,
we
I'm just
have a
telling you.
written document. We have a written document. We have a bloodline directly from Minilik the first up to Haile Selassie. Direct blood relationship
Brother
and
man.
direct
So
kingdom.
So why does it say in the Bible the house of David was carried away captive to Babylon? Why does the Bible say the house of David was carried away captive to Babylon?
Oh, but by the way, when we are saying we
You
are
can't
the
skip over
descendant
that.
of Solomon,
Hold up, you
we
know what I'm
never,
saying?
we never,
You
we
can't
never
skip
mixed up
over.
that.
Hold up, brother man. We can't skip over.
No, I'm not skipping.
Oh, that's what I'm
I'm
saying.
not
So
skipping.
okay, hold on. So we saying so the house of
You,
David, which are people, are scattered. They not in Ethiopia. They scattered.
we never.
Huh?
Queen of Sheba going to visit him. She never been living with him.
Bro.
She never lived with
You're
him.
not listening.
Bro, so that means if the Bible say the house of David are scattered, then the real house of David is not in Ethiopia. This is what
We
we
are
try
not
to
saying
tell
that.
people.
I'm not saying the real house of David is in Ethiopia. I'm not saying, but his descendants, we Ethiopians, has some descendants from
That's what I'm
David.
saying.
The descendants are scattered.
You are not the descendants of David because the descendants of David are scattered. This
We
is
are
why
descendants because of Queen of Sheba.
Brother,
Because of Queen of Sheba, we are having a descendant because of Queen of Sheba.
Brother, the Queen of Sheba is the Virgin Mary and the Joseph story. These are the same stories. Hold up,
You made a very big mistake here. Let me. Oh no!
You don't want to
How
listen.
could you say that? Queen of Sheba.
Brother, it's a folk tale about God anointed one. How God anointed one gonna be born. That's why you think that, hold up. Why you think the Ethiopians know about Sheba and Solomon, but they don't know about the throne of David that's in Ethiopia? They don't even know about the throne of David. Do you know about the throne of David that's in Ethiopia?
The throne of David never been in Ethiopia.
See what I'm saying?
What did he say?
Do y'all see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They know about Queen and Sheba, but they don't know about the throne that Menelik gonna sit on. Brother, man,
listen,
like I said,
what we
y'all
are
got a
talking
long way to
about
go,
is, now we have a land which is called Ethiopia now.
Okay, Ethiopia
Hello?
is like we're
Are you hearing?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hello? Are you hearing me?
Yes, we can hear you. You have bad signal.
Okay. Let's talk about what we are talking about is where I'm talking about the land Ethiopia, which is now we call it Ethiopia. I'm not talking about Ethiopia was still the Yemeni. I'm not talking about that Ethiopia. I'm talking about the Ethiopia that we are living called Ethiopia.
Yeah, you're talking about today's land, Ethiopia.
Yeah. I'm talking about that. I'm not talking about till Yemen 1534. I believe that Ethiopia was handling the whole Yemeni region, the Middle East region, and everybody around there.
All right,
But I'm not talking about that.
If Ethiopia back then, like 200 years ago, had Yemen, had Somalia, had Eritrea, why was it disconnected from Ethiopia till this day right now? Why is Ethiopia don't have any ports? You know, they took Djibouti out of Ethiopia, right? So Ethiopia
I
is
believe,
Ethiopia.
I do believe that. So why we are not having a port? It's a political.
That's
I
part of
know what you're saying about today's Ethiopia,
that's
about the
part of
port, about
colonization. That's what I'm
Eritrea,
trying to
about
get you to
Somalia.
understand. I'm trying to
Of
get
course,
you to understand.
they try to take the whole country as a whole. They are trying to do
Okay, so
that.
I'm
But
telling you
we
that's
Ethiopian now still not doing that. We are not accepting that. We are not colonized.
okay. You guys don't have to accept it because you guys don't know the facts. You want to be delusional of that Ethiopia has been colonized. Why would you think that they colonized the whole of Africa but not
No.
Ethiopia? That's for you to
Which
have a.
which Ethiopia are you talking about?
I'm talking about the
Which Ethiopia
Ethiopia.
are you
I'm
talking
talking about
about?
the Ethiopia land right now to this day. You guys don't think you're colonized.
No,
You guys don't think you're
never
colonized.
been.
But I have.
Tell me who
Hold on, brother.
who ran
You're not
Ethiopia
listening,
on
brother. You're not
colonization time?
listening. Oh my goodness. I have a document that comes from Ethiopia in my background right now. It says slavery and slave trade in Ethiopia and beyond. This document comes from the Institution of Ethiopian Studies, Addis Ababa University. Can you explain why they have documents about Ethiopian slave trade in Ethiopia? Since you guys never say you've been colonized, you'll have to unmute.
Same dude.
He's not trying to listen, so I don't know.
Are you hearing?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Can you
Hello?
talk about the background about this study of
Yes. In Ethiopia.
the
Okay.
slave trade in Ethiopia that comes
That's
from
why
the studies of Addis
that was.
Ababa University?
I know. I know that. I know that. Let's talk about it, if you want.
So was there a slave trade in Ethiopia? Yes or no?
Yes, there was.
Does slavery involve colonization?
Yeah. You see, I was asking you at the beginning. Let's define what colonization mean to you and mean to me. There was a slave trade in Ethiopia. Our people, our peoples, inside our peoples, we were selling our people to others. Our people. We're
So
selling our peoples to
okay.
others.
So what we saying is,
That's why.
Ethiopians can be African Americans, right? Like African Americans can be original Ethiopians, right?
No.
What? How? You just said it was a slave
Let me.
trade in Ethiopia.
Let me. That's why. That's why I'm saying not at all. There
You just
there
said,
should be peoples.
bro. You just said
Yeah.
Ethiopians were selling their own people.
Yes.
Okay, so
They were selling.
okay. So when they sold the people, where did the people go?
They were selling the people to Arab countries.
Okay, so they got original Ethiopians. That's African Americans, then, right?
There might be, but they never get back here.
That's why we coming back now, because they gonna come back, as the Bible tell you, in the last days when Christ gathered the people from the four corners of the earth. Don't you know the prophecy was Christ gonna gather us from the four corners of the earth? That's the prophecy.
My brother, what I understand from this discussion is, I believe that so many Ethiopians were sold out slavery in some countries. What I am saying is they never get back in Ethiopia. Still, the land of Ethiopia that we called never governed by any outsiders. That's why we are not colonized. But as you said, our peoples were selling peoples outside the country. But those people, maybe you are one of them, I don't know. If you are calling yourself as an Ethiopian, I accept you because you know yourself, you know. But nobody is coming in our land and governing us. Nobody.
Brother. When the Italians came in and you guys say occupied Ethiopia for 7 years, that is
Yeah,
someone
we were
coming.
fighting.
Hold on, 5
We
years.
were fighting
5
like.
years. It could be 5 years. That's someone coming into your land and taking
How many
over.
years? How many years are Russia and Ukraine are fighting now?
Bro, what did
Are
the
you saying Russia is
Italians
colonizing Ukraine?
what did the Italians do in 5 years in Ethiopia?
We were fighting.
What did the
We were
Italians
fighting.
do though? You were fighting, but what was
Bro,
it?
They occupy some.
hey, yo, brother man, you couldn't fight
They
because the
occupy some
Italians.
of the
Look,
people.
the Italians had conquered Ethiopia for 5 years. Let's make it because
Yes.
hold up, the general became the emperor. So
Yeah.
Ethiopia was conquered. Now people say Ethiopia was never been conquered. That's a lie. They've been conquered,
That's not a lie.
for 5 years.
That's not a lie.
Hold on.
5 years we were fighting.
Hold up.
They
So,
hold some
brother man,
places,
slow
but
down.
they.
Hold up. So
Okay.
you telling me in them 5 years, the Italians weren't sending off original Ethiopians to other places? In them 5 years, when nobody sitting, when everybody was just stand there fighting? Or
By the
Ethiopia had
Italians,
to wait. Hold up, brother man. Stop, bro. Ethiopia had to wait for Great Britain to intervene to win. And matter of fact, a lot of African Americans was flying the planes to help Ethiopians win.
Ethiopians asked African Americans to help the war against Italians.
Why did they ask African Americans?
Why didn't they ask the West Africans?
Because that's where we came from.
Like, come on.
They got African Americans.
Yeah, brother, the network was distracted in the middle. Can you explain what you said 1 minute ago, please? 1 second.
I was saying,
can you say it again? I didn't hear you because my network was
the whole time. I was explaining when the Italians was there.
Okay.
When the Italians was there for them 5 years, they was also sending original Ethiopians away from Ethiopia. They was also unaliving many original Ethiopians. So they was colonizing. They was taking valuable information. They was unaliving valuable leaders at that time. So British came in and helped their own people. The British helped their own people.
Let me tell you this way. When Italians were in Ethiopia, my great grandfather were one of the leaders of Gojam region. No one were taking our families from there. No one. We were almost fighting. Never been governed the 5 years at all. Some peoples inside from us were attacking us at the same time with Italians. We call them bandits. We call them bandits still. There are people inside our country with the one we sabotaging us, but we were fighting the whole 5 years. That's why we won.
No, brother, you won because Britain intervened.
No,
you didn't win.
We fight,
brother.
Yeah, we won.
Hold on, brother man. Where the hell is Selassie go?
Britain.
Okay. What did Britain do for him? Help him win the war.
Italian came 2 times in Ethiopia. Do you know that, right?
Yeah, Menelik. Oh no, more than that. Menelik daughter fought him, and Menelik fought him. So
no, the big fight. I'm talking about the big fight. I'm talking about the big fight, not the one they're going back from the side of Eritrea or something.
No,
The big
no,
fight,
no, 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 no,
1888,
no, no, no. Menelik.
1888.
No, Menelik.
Yeah, 1888.
And him, you know,
Yeah,
him right here, he helped Menelik.
1894.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
1894.
yeah, that was a big war. Well, it was him and Menelik that fought off the Italians.
1894, 1895. That's what
Okay,
I'm
that's what
talking
I'm saying.
about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. At that time, they were not inside in Ethiopia at all. They were invading the northern part of Ethiopia, right?
That's not Ethiopia?
So that was Ethiopia,
Brother,
but they never get
no,
inside. We were fighting.
no. The northern part got invaded, I think, with Federal time, if I'm not mistaken. Hey,
No, Theodorus time, Italians were not coming in Theodorus time.
no, the British Empire.
British, yeah. By the way, the British Empire came in Theodorus time. There was an inside problem between Theodorus, Johannes, Menelik, Takla Haymanot, and everybody there. There was kings. A lot of kings were there. They were fighting with the king of king. They were in trouble at the same time by themselves. So they were weak at that time. They come together because of Menelik.
So brother, because we could talk about history all day. We have a judgment against the Roman Catholic Church for when they stole the biblical manuscripts, the gold, the artifacts from Ethiopia during Tedros' time in 1868, the siege of Magdala. This is what we are fighting for. We have a petition against it. So you can go
Ottoman
on.
Turkey also came before Theodorus.
What?
Ottoman Turkey also came before Theodorus, yeah. Ottoman Turkey were coming before Theodorus.
Okay, brother. Well,
when Lebanon Dingle were ruling the government around 13th century, they came here and took so many things. The same like British does.
okay, and those things are still in the Vatican. They're not in Ethiopia. So we're talking about taking them back and putting it back in the right place. Because guess what? Hold on, brother. They still make profit off of the things they stole from you. So we're talking.
We know that.
We're talking about solutions. We're not talking about the problems.
No, we're not talking about. What I am saying is, if you want to cooperate with us, you have to listen our history, and you don't have to tell us that we are colonized, because we are not denying. Because our land were not colonized. We are fighting time and time.
You're denying that you're colonized.
No,
you're denying that you're colonized. But the British Empire still have the artifacts, still make money off of your products. Right?
Oh,
they come into your country, take coffee or whatever, and make bigger profit than you do.
Right
some
now,
theft coming your house and taking your things are not saying that theft is ruling you or something like that.
brother, man, if somebody come in your house and take all your belongings and you can't get them back, and then they also make your leader give them the highest rank in their government, brother, man.
Yes, we can. I'm not disagreeing with that idea.
Brother. All the priests in Ethiopia go to the Great Britain to learn about God. Ethiopia should have the college teaching about God. Why Ethiopia don't have a college teaching about God? Why Ethiopians go to the Vatican?
Oh, they do got a college. It's in the Vatican.
It's in the Vatican.
Ethiopian not.
Stop. Hey, brother.
What are you saying?
Brother, man.
You made a wrong premise now. You are saying a wrong thing right now. How could I accept that?
No,
you
because
say Ethiopia is not teaching about Jesus?
Brother, man.
These are facts.
In America, when you go to DC, which is really the biggest Ethiopian community, one of them, at least one of them, all the Orthodox churches have a white Jesus. Now, the original painting of Christ comes from Ethiopia. The original, right? Hear me out. Why do the Orthodox people in America who come from Ethiopia, why are they putting up a white Jesus? They colonized. Because if they wasn't colonized, they wouldn't come to America and put up a white Jesus. Because
we don't believe in
Ethiopia, they be like, oh, Ethiopia, I love Ethiopia, I love Ethiopia. But then you go to their church, they got a white Jesus. Colonization.
we don't believe
And guess what?
there is a black
And
Jesus.
guess what? Hold on. When you go to the church, it's no African Americans. It's full of Ethiopians. It's full of Ethiopians. And all of them in there saying, we're not colonized. Praise Jesus. Come on, bro. Let's be serious.
Jesus.
Let's be serious, bro.
It doesn't mean that Jesus is black. We don't believe that Jesus is black. What's wrong with it? What's wrong with it? Whether Jesus is black or white?
Yeah.
What's wrong with it?
Does the Bible come from Ethiopia?
No.
So who has the oldest Bible?
By the way, yeah, we have the oldest Bible. What I mean is, the church gave the Bible, not the Bible gave us the church.
My brother, man, like I say, bro, we're not gonna agree here.
Who has the oldest church?
We, Ethiopians, Orthodox Church.
So why has the Orthodox Church been changed? Who changed the Orthodox Church?
We never changed in Ethiopia.
So why?
Orthodox Church
So
never changed.
why the people in America that's connected to the Orthodox Church in Ethiopia? Why do they have a white Jesus?
Oh, I don't believe Jesus is black
No,
or white. I believe Jesus.
You just said.
Brother, I didn't ask you what you believe. Why, if the people in Ethiopia are connected to the Ethiopians in Ethiopia, the Orthodox churches, they are connected. Why do they have a white Jesus?
Why not?
Okay, bro. All right. Hey, brother, man. Hey,
Jesus.
like I said, this conversation ain't gonna go nowhere, bro. We appreciate you coming up, man.
Jesus is not black. I believe that. What's wrong with it?
No, he thinks Jesus is not black.
He said,
I just, I can't.
he gon' hold up, y'all.
And he's laughing like.
I don't think I even want to I don't even want to go live no more. I'm through. I'm through for the day.
He's laughing like that's.
He said he don't think Jesus is black, but arguing with us, the original paintings in Ethiopia are black. But he arguing us saying Ethiopia not colonized. I feel foolish for even talking that long. I really feel foolish.
Peace, brother.
Hey, how are you?
We're good.
Good. So, what's the point here? Like, what is the purpose of you trying? You wanna Ethiopians accept they were colonized?
Well, no, that's not what we're trying to do. That's just part of the truth. But what we are here, we are restoring the throne of David that's in Ethiopia to get our jurisdiction back, so we can start our government.
So now Ethiopian people, and throughout the generation, believes they had never colonized, and then that was the fact, and then nobody denied that.
Well, we deny that Ethiopia has never been colonized. We know they've been colonized. That's why they don't tell you guys you've been colonized, because that's part of the colonization.
So what is the evidence? And then so depending on the
What's the evidence? Ethiopia is the evidence. Ethiopia is not is a colonized word.
Yeah,
right now,
that's
if anybody in Ethiopia call themselves Ethiopian is colonized.
That's true. Ethiopia never colonized.
No, you're not listening.
Okay, so I do.
No, hold on. Hey, y'all don't listen. Listen, I said anybody that called themselves an Ethiopian is colonized because Ethiopia is a colonized word. Ethiopia didn't come from the original Ethiopians. That came from the colonizers.
Okay, so can you give me a textbook definition for the colonization?
Colonization means take control of your mind.
No.
You have a colonized mind. That's why the brother from Ethiopia, he said he believed Jesus is white. How?
What do you mean
Hold
controlling the
on.
mind? So
Because why do you think when people from Ethiopia come over here, they believe in the white Jesus?
no, I'm just we need to agree on the definition. You said colonization is controlling the mind or the brain or whatever. Is that the scientific definition, political definition, or spiritual definition? What is controlling somebody's mind mean?
Because political control. When you got political control,
Okay, tell me that.
Okay, so right now, Ethiopia does not have control. That's why their name been changed. That's why the college is in the Vatican. So, like, it's a fact. Ethiopia has been colonized.
So
Come on, man.
who controlled Ethiopians' mind according to your definition?
The British, like they control that's why Ethiopians believe in the white Jesus.
So that means no, it's not depending on the Jesus. We're talking depending on definition you gave me.
Political control of the mind, government.
No.
The government in Ethiopia is being controlled as just like the African government.
Here is the fallacy you guys making. So it's beginning from the definition. So the definition I know, the definition I know in a textbook, colonization is going to somebody's country, invading the country, and then putting the interest, political, economical, and then every interest and controlling and governing that country, and then taking over of the office. So here in the history of Ethiopia, Italians tried to conquer and colonize Ethiopia. They tried at least 3 times. And then the last time you said was at the reign of Haile Selassie. It's like 1935 in Ethiopian calendar, yeah. So, but they never took office. They never governed Ethiopia.
Brother, just like you go to West Africa and you see that their leaders that are controlling the government are black. That doesn't mean that they're not invaded. That doesn't mean that they're not colonized. That doesn't mean that they were in place by another nation.
Okay, can you tell me any foreign leader took over Ethiopian government, took over any Ethiopian office, presidential office or prime minister's office?
Brother, they put people in, that's the people who in leadership right now in Ethiopia. Hold up, stop. The people right now today that's in leadership in Ethiopia, they work for Great Britain.
No, they don't.
Brother, they take pictures together.
Do you know who Victor Emmanuel?
Okay. If it is a religious talk, let's discuss about religion.
Do you know Victor Emmanuel III?
I don't know.
That is the person that invaded the Ethiopia when they had the war in the Italians against the Italians. His name, once they invaded Ethiopia, his name changed to the Emperor of Ethiopia. You can look it up.
Who is that guy? Where he came from?
That was the one that was head of the Italians when they invaded in 1930.
He was king of Italy.
No, that's false information.
Brother, you can look it up. I can look it up right now.
No, that's the false information.
This guy right here.
Here, we already know who ruled Ethiopia from the beginning, almost for 3,000 years of age. There is the history, the consecutive history. Who ruled Ethiopia?
Brother man.
At least let's start from the Tewodros, and then after Tewodros, who ruled Ethiopia? Johannes, and then there are consecutive kings until the right now prime minister of Ethiopia.
That's what I'm saying. Okay. Oh, so why did Ethiopia stop having kings?
Yeah, why did it stop at Haile Selassie?
Okay, so that's the reformation. That's the ideological change. And then
okay, but who changed? Now who changed it though? Now
the Ethiopian people.
Hold on. None of the emperors you name.
It's students' movements, bro. It's students' movement in 1960s.
Slow down, because none of the emperors you name went to Great Britain. Menelik didn't go. Tedros didn't go. Johannes didn't go.
Yes.
The only emperor that sat on the throne who went to Great Britain was Haile Selassie.
Why he went to
Hold on,
Great Britain?
stop. Now, after him, the only emperor that went to Great Britain is stopped. After the only emperor, no other emperor went to Haile Selassie. So,
Yes.
so the kingship continued. But after Haile Selassie, it stopped and went into something else that who? Great Britain wanted it to do. Because Great Britain wanted to stop the kings. And they put their structure in, which is the structure they wanted, and they put leaders in place.
Can I ask you a question?
This is why you don't have no throne of David in Ethiopia.
Okay, can I ask you a
All I
question?
want to say is, and so now the throne is in Great Britain. As the Pope being what? The son of David.
Can I ask you a
That's what's
question?
going on
then?
right now in the world, which is called the Game of Thrones.
Okay, hold on. This is good. Okay, let me ask you a question here, just to clear it. So, Ethiopia King Haile Selassie, he was ruling Ethiopia at the time. He can't make a ally with another government.
He had treaties. Ethiopia had treaties with the
He
British.
did a partnership.
Hold
He
on,
can't do
brother.
partnership.
Yes, he did, brother. Even
If
Haile
that made him colonize.
Even Haile Selassie's grandson, till this day, made a letter talking about Haile Selassie, who bestowed his upon Her Majesty, which was Queen Elizabeth, right? Queen Elizabeth II, and gave them the highest order within the Salic-minded gift. This is off of documents off of the grandson of Haile Selassie that he posted.
He can do that.
Okay, but why
What's
would
wrong with that?
Why would Haile Selassie give Queen Elizabeth the highest Salic-minded gift? Why would he do that?
And that's why you don't understand why when he passed away, the throne didn't continue. It went to Great Britain. It's in Rome because Haile Selassie gave it to them.
No. Okay.
Because when Haile Selassie passed, they was in second in command. Not your government that you have in Ethiopia. The second in command was going to be the Roman Empire, which is why the Roman Empire is running Ethiopia.
Okay, so Roman Empire. Who was the
British Empire,
the successor? Who was the successor of Haile Selassie that continues the hegemony of the empire? I mean, the so-called Britain or the Roman Empire.
That's why I say it's the same people, bro. The British Empire and the Roman Empire.
But Mengistu ruled Ethiopia right next to Haile Selassie.
Brother man,
So,
Haile Selassie, you cannot erase that Haile Selassie gave them the highest seat in the dynasty. I don't think you heard what we just read. Haile Selassie gave the British Empire the highest seat in the Salic-minded dynasty. Which means, that's why I told you no other emperor went to Great Britain. The only emperor of Ethiopia to ever go to Great Britain as the King of Kings was Haile Selassie.
He came to America too.
So if Haile Selassie passed, who authority goes to?
He came to America too.
Hold up, it don't matter. He's the only one. But you answer the question, brother man. Answer the question. If Haile Selassie passed, who is next in authority?
They didn't. They ended they ended up the dynasty of the Solomonic. I mean, the history.
You can't even answer the question. Brother man. The question is, if Haile Selassie gave them the highest seat in the dynasty, because the Roman Catholic Church not of the dynasty, so they had to be given these things. Who gave it to them? The one that sat on the seat at that time, which was Haile Selassie. So if Haile Selassie ever was to pass, who is next in line to rule?
Zauditu?
No, she was
before Haile Selassie. Zauditu, and then the Lich Iyasu.
Hey, brother man, you know
Zauditu was.
That's the history. That's Ethiopian history. I don't know where you
Zauditu was on the throne before Haile Selassie.
Where do you get those histories?
What do you mean? Once she died, That's when Haile Selassie got on the throne.
If you don't know that, bro, the conversation over with.
I really know the history.
Hey,
I
brother.
was born in Ethiopia.
Hey, we appreciate you coming up, brother, man.
No, hold on. Okay, let me
No,
tell you.
no, brother,
Let
man.
me wrap it up.
Hey, brother, man. We appreciate you coming up, brother, man.
I appreciate it too.
All right, thank you.
All right,
And see, let's explain this without no interruption, right? When you deal with all the kings of Ethiopia, right? None of them went to Great Britain. None of them ran in battle. They all was unalive in a noble way. All the kings of Ethiopia. Now when Haile Selassie became king, when the war broke out, he fled. Why he fled, we can all have our opinions. The fact he fled, that's what we're trying to tell you. He fled to where? Great Britain. Oh, well, he stayed for 5 years while the Italians occupied, I hate occupied, well, they took over Ethiopia. They took over. They like, this my shit now. I'm kicking my feet up. You get the hell out. So the whole time he was 5 years in Great Britain while Ethiopia was getting slaughtered. I'm talking about slaughtered, right? It was so bad, Great Britain had to intervene and be like, hey, man, go back home. Go, hey, y'all, just please go back home now, man. This shit is terrible. Y'all doing worse than the kings did to the people. So y'all, it's time for y'all to go back home. We done done what y'all need to do. Now, after this, Haile Selassie come back. Put in his things. Now, what he was doing in Great Britain? You think he was ruling Great Britain? Or what Great Britain was doing? Schooling them. We gonna want you to do this. We want you to do this. We want you to do this. And if you don't do this, this gonna happen. Just like a gangster do. I'm gonna hold you hostage until what? I do what I want to do. And when you go back, this is what I want you to do. So then, when did he give Queen Elizabeth and he ain't just give it to Queen Elizabeth. I mean, yeah, not just Queen Elizabeth. He also gave it to her husband, Prince Philip. See, y'all ain't catching the play right now. Prince Philip and Queen Elizabeth got the highest rank of the Solomonic dynasty. I don't think y'all hear me. So while even Haile Selassie was ruling, who was next in command? That's like you got a president. But the president don't pass nothing, Congress do. So Congress play a big part in the president and what he do. So everything Haile Selassie was doing, even while he was on the throne, the British Empire played a big part in all the decisions. So y'all not understanding what's being said. So when Haile Selassie passed, why the throne of David don't exist no more in Ethiopia?
1974. It was 1967 in Ethiopia.
And that's see how they be playing with words, 1967. So ever since the 70s, which was the most influenced, that was the most influenced time of black people was on the rise, was the 70s. Even in America. We was at the peak of like, look, either we finna build or we finna leave America. Which one y'all gonna let us do? In the 70s. Y'all know how the 70s was. The 60s and 70s. That's the Martin Luther King and Malcolm X era. That's the Sam Cooke. That's the Muhammad Ali. So at that time, because the British probably was scared. They was like, oh shit, man. Oh, they might, hey, we gotta do something. Haile Selassie at that time, at our peak, gave all the power of the niggas to the British Empire. So why do I have a petition? Why do I have a judgment against the British Empire? Because our own leader gave them the power. So we must go to these people to get the power away because this is documented. So when Haile Selassie passed, the Roman Catholic Church became in control of Ethiopia. The Roman Catholic Church became in control of Ethiopia government. And they already had influence while Haile Selassie was on the throne. This is facts. This is stuff you can't run from. So when the Rastafarians out here preaching Haile Selassie is Christ, That's another form of Christianity that's teach you Jesus Christ. So you will never hear the voice of who? God's Christ, which brings the salvation for the people. So you see how much it's scattered, how many rabbit holes we in? And you know how they get us with Haile Selassie? They say the queen bowed to him.
And
This is how they get us. The queen bowed to him. So when an average person see that, shit, that's my. I ain't never seen a queen bow to a black man. That's my nigga.
And then after they say that Haile Selassie gave them the highest orders within the Salic-minded gift, it says right after that, it says, in every sense they bow to each other with the compassion of understanding of the great things which harness them together in the service of their people.
So why do the Romans want us to know Ethiopia not colonized? Because it's colonized. So of course they're gonna teach you to lie. Oh, you're not colonized.
You gotta bring this document up.
Matter of fact,
let them see it.
I know people. The truth hurts. I think we're gonna have to do a live on this because one of our biggest lies when we put up was Ethiopia was colonized. When we put that up, that started an earthquake. Ethiopia, you see it right now. We had a brother saying Ethiopia ain't colonized, but at the same time saying Christ is white. It's like, I need to take a chill pill. That's really how people feel. I never thought a person who would say Ethiopia is not colonized or say Jesus is white. I'd rather a person come up here and say Ethiopia is colonized. That's why I believe Jesus is white. But somebody that say Ethiopia is not colonized and still say Jesus is white, that's on a whole nother level of deception. That's on a whole nother level of deception, y'all. You know.
I want to come up.
I think that's a fake page.
You think so?
Yeah.
Thank you. Finally.
Okay.
All right. Peace.
All right. Peace.
So, no disrespect at all, but I've been listening to this live. Like the knowledge you have is like zero. As I mean, like you just read some history and you're speaking out about Ethiopia. Ethiopia was occupied by Italy. It was like 5 years. Before that, there was like 3-4 years fighting. British helps, yes. But when you say Haile Selassie went to Britain and then after that he gave the royalty, or that is a mentality you have as a Black American. We don't grow up like that. We don't think like that. Why the dynasty was over? Because the students or the Ethiopia think the royalty was in balance between the tribes. It wasn't a fair. Some tribe think it wasn't fair. The slavery was between the Ethiopians. It's not. We didn't sold any slave. So the student movement happened, and the Ethiopian decide they no longer need the royalty. So the Derg start ruling the country. That's how it started. So
okay, sis. Just think of it like this. Look at it this way. You have royalty in Great Britain, right? Because the Ethiopians clapped when Elizabeth passed. Y'all was cheering over there in Ethiopia. So how can then the same people have you in the mind frame thinking you don't need royalty when they have it?
Okay, I didn't say we don't need.
Hold on, just let me out.
Okay.
These are the same people that Haile Selassie gave this power to. Also who was in cahoots with. So the same people that Ethiopia was in cahoots with, the same people that took Ethiopian artifacts, now have convinced the Ethiopians that they don't need royalty. But they got it. And the Ethiopians follow their royalty. That's why you have an Ethiopian college in the Vatican.
Okay, one, I didn't say we don't need the royalty. That is a totally another topic of discussion between the Ethiopians.
Hold on, so hear me out. Because I said, that's what you said the government said. But we telling you the government said this based off the influence of the British Empire.
So you're telling me, first, you're not Ethiopian. Second, you're telling me I am Ethiopian. And you are telling me Ethiopian was influenced by Britain. What proof do you have what we were influenced?
I just told you, but where did Haile Selassie go for 5 years?
That is not the point. The
Well,
point
that
is
is a
as
point. That's
Ethiopian,
a big
the
point.
royalty was in balance.
Where
The
did Haile
royalty
Selassie go
was
for
in
5 years?
balance.
Sus, you can't have a conversation and be emotional. So just answer the question. Where did Haile Selassie go for 5 years?
Britain, but it doesn't matter.
Okay. So who did Haile Selassie give power to?
He didn't give any power.
So
The
okay,
royalty-
so you telling me his grandson made this statement. His grandson made the statement in the well, it was
It was a crown council. This is I wanted to go and
Okay,
and we want
okay.
you to read it.
Can you just let me speak one moment so
No,
that I can
yeah,
explain?
you can speak one moment. You can read this.
Okay.
There you go.
Listen, what happened is there is a different tribe in Ethiopia. So the royalty is just one tribe, and the other tribe thinks it's not fair. That the slavery was there, the other tribe was not. There is no equality. That's why the Ethiopian decided there was a movement, student movement. There was a lot of students died. That's why the royalty ended. That has nothing to do with Britain. We have our own issue. We have our own history inside Ethiopia. So the way you're thinking Britain influenced this, the Haile Selassie went there, that has nothing to do with the royalty ending. This is between Ethiopia.
You speaking emotions because why the only emperor that went to Great Britain was Haile Selassie. So what a coincidence! The only emperor of the dynasty to ever go to Great Britain was Haile Selassie, and after he passed, it's no more. Like for one thing, the kingship was supposed to be a godly kingship that no man could break, because the Bible say no man will ever lack to sit on David's throne. The Bible. So if you want to use the scripture, no man should be lacking to sit on David's throne. So this, if you understand what the scriptures say, and because this is what Christ come to do. Christ comes to sit on David's throne. So right now we're showing you in black and white that these things were said and put on paper.
and sis, you gotta understand, this is information that comes from. Let me show you. This is information that comes from Haile Selassie's grandson, who is in power of the Crown Council that's in Ethiopia right now. So this is information that came out when Queen Elizabeth died. This is the document that he put out on the website. You can go to the website, you can go look up the website, and the document is still there.
Okay, I do understand, but you are reading.
Hold on, sis. We let you talk. Let me finish.
Okay.
So, like I said, you can go. This is the proof, because you're saying that what I'm saying doesn't come from Ethiopia, but I'm giving you the proof. So here you go. This is Haile Selassie's grandson, Prince. I don't know how to really say his name, but this is the document that he published in September 10th, 2022. So this is the part where we were talking about where Haile Selassie gave Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip, which was her husband, the highest orders within the Salic-minded gift. In every sense, they bow to each other with the compassion of understanding of the greatness which harnessed them together in the service of their people.
Oh, so they working together. So they working with Great Britain. So I want to ask you this, sis. When was you born?
It doesn't matter.
Well, that's a question. The sis, when was you born?
I was born in 1992, but it doesn't matter.
So 20 years before you was even thought of, these things was taking place.
It doesn't.
So hold up, sis. So at your birth, the Roman Catholic Church, the British Empire, was in control of Ethiopia. When you was born. So you was born into colonization. This is why you don't understand it's colonized. And I just want people to understand it. When you okay, all right, okay.
I even the paper you have in front of you, it just say that Haile Selassie bestowed upon Her Majesty and her consorts. It doesn't say anything. Did it say like I'm like I can't even like
You can't say
explain
nothing.
anything.
You
You have
lost the
no
word.
knowledge. We don't even have the same mentality. The way you think is it's just a conspiracy theory. Like you
So
put
why
one
would
in one.
Haile Selassie bestowed upon Her Majesty and give them the highest order of the Salic minded gift? What is the Salic minded gift? Do you know what that is?
I don't know, but it doesn't even matter.
Why doesn't it matter? Because you don't want it to be true? That's
No,
why it
because
doesn't matter?
it means nothing. It means nothing about how the royals stop in Ethiopia. It has nothing to do with that.
Okay,
The royalty becomes a dirt.
can we agree on that the British Empire are colonizers? Can we at least
They
agree
are
on that?
definitely are.
Okay, so why would a country that is not colonized be doing business with people who have colonized the whole world? Can you give us the connection on why they would even be in communication?
You
Why
cannot
we
tell.
gonna stay there
You
for
cannot
5
tell
years?
because all Africa was colonized. Ethiopia is not colonized. Why she's doing business with Britain? You cannot say that. Okay, is it wrong or is it wrong?
You can say whatever you want to say that I can't say, but I'm gonna still say it. But still, why can you answer the question? Why were they connected? Why were they in communication?
Why not? Why not?
Why would a king in Ethiopia go to a colonizer's territory, right?
Why not?
His land, hold on, while his land is being corrupted by the Italians. Can you make up the reason why those things are happening?
Why not? Why not?
Why not?
It is a
Hey,
connection.
sus, it was
Even
good
the
talking to
African
you.
country that they are colonized are doing
it was-
business with the country that are colonized them right now in this generation, right now, right?
Hey,
All
no,
African
sis,
country.
what we gonna do? We appreciate you coming up, sis. This conversation.
Yeah, but like, stop talking with Ethiopia when you don't know the history, please.
Okay.
You don't know the history. You don't even know the history that's going on in Ethiopia. The people that's running Ethiopia, what they're putting out right now about your history that we're talking about, we have proof of, but you don't want to accept it. So thank you for coming up, sis.
Appreciate it. You cannot deny facts, and you can't deny when stuff makes sense. That's why she was at a loss for words, because she said Ethiopia is what? The people who colonize. I mean, Great Britain is the people who colonized the world. But your king went there for 5 years. To do what? To learn how to come back and colonize Ethiopia. So what happened? He gave them the highest order. Now, you can look at it from God's point of view. God wanted to happen. God did. You can look at it like that. So sometimes what I learned in these times, the truth hurts. So if you could find, it's a gentle answer, turn away wrath. And sometimes we have to learn to say, well, God did it. That sounds better. God wanted these things to happen this way. Because to call Haile Selassie a sellout, that hurt a lot of feelings. That'll hurt a lot of feelings. So whether he sold out, whether it was God's will, these things happen. We're not here to talk about, because I didn't talk to Haile Selassie. You ain't talked to Haile Selassie. But the facts is what's going to bring life to the things we are talking about. Not the emotions. Emotions bring unalive people. An emotional person is just an unalive person. A person that have life. So it's clear that Haile Selassie gave them the highest honor, right? So when Haile Selassie passed, who is in control? Put me a 1 if Great Britain is in control of Ethiopia, according to what you just read. Give me a 1. Let me see how many people we have with us. Put me a 1 in the comments if Great Britain took control after Haile Selassie passed, according to the status that Haile Selassie gave them. Put me a 1 if Haile Selassie is in control. I mean, if Great Britain is in control right now. Put me a 1 because Haile Selassie didn't give it to his grandson. Why Haile Selassie didn't give it to his grandson? Why? Why did he give it to Great Britain? It makes no sense. So put me a 1 if Haile Selassie gave Great Britain the highest order of the solid-minded gift, Sheba and Solomon, then who runs Ethiopia when Haile Selassie passed? Because Haile Selassie passed way before the queen. The queen just passed. Haile Selassie passed way before the queen and her husband. I think the husband just passed, huh? He really just passed, huh? Oh, he died first.
No, I think he died. I don't know.
So if Queen Elizabeth and her husband got the highest gift when Haile Selassie passed, who was running Ethiopia?
Oh wait, is Philip no. Philip's something that's.
So when we come up and stand our people, hey man, we got a judgment against the Roman Catholic Church. We're gonna return back to Ethiopia. Y'all don't even understand the story. I guess that's why we gotta tell it to you. And all we're trying to do is tell you the story so you can see the bigger picture. And we're trying to tell you the truth because you got the story. You got the story. That's why we're able to present it to you.
It's like the colonizers came in Africa, because I see a lot of people put the Berlin Conference when they came together to come to divide Africa. So they come to divide Africa, but then tell you, oh yeah, Ethiopia is not colonized. And they put that in the map and put that in the world. And now you believe it. They came to divide Africa, and you're saying that Ethiopia is not colonized?
And they landlocked Ethiopia.
That makes no sense.
They took all the ports away from Ethiopia. If you look at Ethiopia on the map, there's no port. Why? Colonization. Any country that don't have a port is colonized. I promise you.
And it's not about being jealous. What are we gonna get out of Ethiopia not being colonized? We gotta realize that we have to point out the deception. So everyone can be free. The devil deceived the whole world, including Ethiopia. So peace, Menelek.
Hey, peace. Hey, give me like 3 minutes. I'm changing right now.
So like I say, y'all, we're giving you the facts. You can look this stuff up yourself. We just here again. Only the truth gonna set you free. The lie gonna keep you right where you at. That's why we're not Pharaoh musicians. This the song of Moses. This the song of the Lamb. We don't have Pharaoh song. But a lot of people that's talking, they have Pharaoh song. That's gonna keep us in the state of mind of Egypt. We have the new state of mind, which is the New Jerusalem. So all these parables that what these scriptures talk about and what we coming into is all going to be given to us by the spoken word of God, which is the word made flesh. This is how all these things are coming upon the world right now. But they got us in a fairy tale land when it come to our book. We want to live in Disney. You know, we want to live in Disneyland. We want to see stuff fly. You know, we want to see something come down from the sky. You know, we want people to get hurt and not really. We just want Disney. It's not a Disney book, y'all. So when they took the Bible, they turned it into a Disney book. But when they first showed us the Jesus story, it was a cartoon. They just put real people up there. That's all. It was a cartoon. But now it's real life, but you want the cartoon. Y'all literally want a man to be riding on the cloud. That's Goku. It ain't gonna happen that way. So here, like I say, y'all, this is the last days. Bless those who hear what the Spirit says to the church. Well, brother man, we still getting dressed?
Yeah, almost finished. I'm about to go to this protest.
What protest? Protest in DC?
Yeah, Yeah, it's in D.C. against the Armada genocide. So that is part of what?
So who was in charge of that protest? It's basically about genocide, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Who's in charge of the protest?
I haven't.
So Trump gonna help him stop genocide?
I know the local like final groups are. Excuse me, not final. The harder organizations. They're they organize it.
Okay.
So y'all protesting that Trump gonna stop the genocide?
So I don't.
So you saying Trump gonna stop it?
No, he's not gonna stop it. He's not gonna stop it.
So what the protest for then? The Americans gonna stop it?
I'm going to support the people. I don't really believe in protest. I'm just going to show my support.
So you gonna support something you don't know nothing about?
As far as how it works, correct. Yep, correct.
Hey, I got a petition to return the Ethiopian treasures. It's on my website. I hope you sign it. You ain't got to know nothing about it. Just sign it for me.
I got you. Well, I'm going to speak on the images, like the white Jesus and black Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
So the original, like you said, the original images are, is black. The most, according to my research, talking to deacons and priests, out of the 12 disciples, only one disciple actually made a painting of Jesus and Mary while they were living, and that was Lucas. And that image is in Gojam, and it's black. Since, for hundreds of years, it's been spiritual attacks on the country, mostly from the Egyptian Coptic Church, which was controlled by the British. And they were sending corrupt priests and bishops to Ethiopia to slowly, brainwash and divide the country. So that's some of the answers of how the white Jesus came into play. There's only one priest I know of locally, member of Zabana, that started speaking about this and telling the Ethiopian church to get rid of the white images of Jesus. And that's
Is he still alive?
He is, yeah.
What's his name?
Zabana, member of Zabana.
How do you spell his name?
Zebena. And he made a YouTube video. The video is in Amharic, but he made a video addressing about the images, talking against the white images. He's the only priest I know that spoke on this topic.
And I'm glad you're coming up saying that, because that goes to show you, and that's why we're trying to talk to the Ethiopians, show you why they colonized, because they leaders that's being pushed in Ethiopia is being controlled by the Britain. And they're being controlled by Great Britain to give you false information to colonize you, which is take over your political mind, your political structure. And see, people understand, once you take over the political structure, now you're taking over the schools. Now you're taking over what's being taught to kids. And that's why a lot of Ethiopians we talking to, they was born in the 90s. Shit, Ethiopia was colonized in the 90s. So you was born into the colonization mind. So yeah, that's deep, man. So yeah, and see, a lot of people don't know those basics, and that's why we can't unify. Because a lot of people think we up here trying to hurt Ethiopia, we jealous of Ethiopia. No, we just stating the facts. So we can all come up from under the lie and walk together in the truth. Because that's what all we doing right now, we walking together in the lie. We all walking together. So yeah, I appreciate you coming up sharing that.
Yes, sir.
Well, yeah, man. So we finna kind of end and get off. You gonna be our last guest. You have any more questions? Anything else you want to add?
I suggest y'all can collaborate with Ethiopian scholars like Dawit I got your Instagram, sis. So I'll send you his info on Instagram.
Oh
All
yeah,
right, cool.
yeah, definitely do that.
Because a lot of people y'all brought up, they don't really know the history. But Dawit is, he's a scholar in his own history.
Okay.
And I'll send you some abundance too. Because a lot of points I hit, the Ethiopian scholars agree.
Okay, yeah, we definitely need to speak with them, man. We'll love for you to send us that information, man, so we can reach out to them.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, because I've been upset about the white images too.
I know, man. I was shocked, man. We was in D.C. and we went to about a few churches, Ethiopian churches, and I'm talking about they just didn't have one picture. Man, it was pictures everywhere. I'm like, God damn, they got more images than the black churches in America. Like literally, I'm like, man, it blew my mind, man. It gave me like a wake up call. I didn't know it was that bad. Because I had never been to Ethiopian church.
Yeah, the one a couple of them don't have it. Like David Gannett behind the Harlem, you'll see a lot of mostly black images.
Okay.
But for the most part, they have. You always got people that sellouts.
Yeah, because some of the churches, they will have the black paintings, but then in their offices, that's when they will have the white, paintings, which is ironic. So.
And I got questions too, so I've been waiting to speak with the priest so he can clarify, because it's like, how can I trust? I have a prayer book. Do I have it on it? And when I first opened up the prayer book, you have the white Mary and white Jesus on it. I can see. I got it. It's in my truck. Hold on.
They colonize information.
I'm like, how can I trust this? How can I trust the information?
Well, like I said, the information is still the same. It's the images and the lies shape our mind. You see what I'm saying? So, like even the Bible, the Bible, you can have white images in the Bible, but the message still never changed. But as long as you believe it's a white man or you think it came 2,000 years ago, it's hard for you to see the message. That's why the whole thing about us being in darkness and Christ being a light, which would be the spoken word that brings enlightenment to what you are in darkness about. And see, that's what the truth's supposed to be. The truth's supposed to be the light. Because that's what we don't have. That's what we seeking. But again, if our teachers and our leaders are being influenced to give us more dark counsels that keep us in darkness, then we never get enlightened about it. But the truth is here, man. It is here, man. And it's gonna unify us. It's gonna restore us. It's gonna repatriate us. Shit, really gonna do everything we've been waiting for. It's just hard for us to recognize it. They really taught us to fear the truth. You see what I'm saying? Like they have literally taught this generation to not accept a Christ among them. That's what that's all they want to do because Christ was gonna come for the chosen generation. Christ was gonna come, get nailed on the cross, and then go in the grave and come out the grave and fly away. Like, come on, man. That's just a fairy. They took the parables and made Disney World with it. But the whole thing about it is the chosen generation who Christ was going to be with, they made them fear or put them in total darkness about what Christ really is. So now we arguing where he came 2,000 years ago. He didn't come. He came, but he ain't coming back. He coming out the sky. He black, he white. There's so many arguments about it. We can't even come to a one simple conclusion. And like I said, that was by design.
You're right.
Yeah, man, we definitely appreciate you coming up, man, and definitely don't forget to send us that information. Send us that information so we can reach out, man.
Yeah, we'll do. Yeah, hold on one second. I'm gonna show y'all this picture once I'm about to go in my truck again. Hold on.
Are you talking about the YGs on the book, man? You said it's a prayer book?
Yeah. It's called like a salute.
You say you're gonna turn your camera on?
Yeah, I gotta get the picture first from my truck. Hold on.
Oh yeah,
So next time we're gonna come to DC, man, we're gonna sit down with some Ethiopians, huh? Okay, we need a brother like him to come to the embassy with us. You know.
yeah. He a part of organization.
You know what I'm saying? Like we could have a meeting at the embassy. That'll be I need to ask him. No, you kind of broke up, brother. We don't see you. No, we don't.
Here we go. So this is the book. And then the first page. Where's it at? Yeah, right here.
Okay, oh yeah. So that's Mary.
Yeah,
That's
Mary
Mary
and
and
Jesus and two.
baby Jesus.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the European. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm an American. You know what I'm saying? I'm an American born and raised here. So I was attracted to Ethiopia because of the story of not being colonized. So when I started seeing stuff like this, I was hurt. You know. So I've been going to the church for a couple of years now, and it's hard to sit down with the priest. You know, they keep saying they're gonna sit down with me, but they keep pushing it back. So I just want to ask these questions. Right?
That's the same thing they did up.
Really?
Man, bro, I know you in DC, man. We gonna send you a message.
Say it again.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, man, we gonna have to link up, bro. When we're in DC, man, we been trying to get in touch with the embassy. We'd have been a few times, but like I say, it's hard for them to really. After we sat down with them one time and explained it, they act like they was gonna be ready to invite us back again. They told us this, but every time we reach out, you know, it's no holler. You know, so but yeah, man, you know, we'll be in touch, bro. But definitely send us that information, and we'll be in touch.
All right.
Yeah.
Have a good one. Peace.
All right, brother. Peace. But y'all, they're gonna be here for a day.
Yeah, go check out the declaration, the petitions on the website, YahJew.com. Right there. It's in the bio. Oh, yeah, there's also a contact if you guys have any questions or, you know, wanting awareness, putting it out, just contact us.
On that note, y'all, peace.
Peace, y'all.